Alright, so I thought I'd try to do the first ever Clockwinder video blog, sort of welcoming myself into the 21st century, although I am a decade late. Um, I recently spent 6 days in the hospital for diverticulitis, an old people's disease. We get that, you know. It happens to get in, and we get the diverticulitis. So anyway, I go into the emergency room at it was about 9 o'clock in the evening. Basically, it was my third attack of diverticulitis. So I walk in and I say, "Hey, having another attack of diverticulitis," and the lady behind the counter is like, "We're the professionals. We went to school. We'll tell you, okay, pal? Back off. Professional zone." So I wait in the waiting room. And again, I have nothing against these people. It's all triage. My mom was an emergency room nurse. I understand. So some hours later, somebody finally looks into me. I drink the barium sulfate, which is delicious. And they do the tests, and about 9 hours later, come back and go, you have diverticulitis. Bet you didn't know that. It's diverticulitis. And they have to do these things. I understand. So it didn't feel particularly worse than the other times or anything, but they decided to put me in a room. They said, "We're going to monitor you overnight because of the pain." It wasn't actually that intense, but they said, "Because of the pain, we're going to monitor you." So I go in, which turned out me sleeping in a hallway for a good amount of time, and then I finally got a room. Again, nothing against them. I understand these things happen. It didn't do me any harm. No harm was done. I get out. I get into my room, and I look at my roommate, who happens. It's hard to describe. The way he was lying in bed, his look, and the way he was dressed. He looked just like Gandhi, Hispanic Gandhi, but Jose Gandandi or something. But he looked like Gandhi, and except he would punch the nurses whenever they tried to do anything for him. And he was like 3,000 years old. And he would, voice that sounded like rocks grating on each other. He would only speak Spanish, and he would grumble throughout the night. Bizarro Gandhi was what he was. He was like Bizarro Gandhi. And he was my roommate. And so, for the next 4 days, I have nothing to eat. Absolutely nothing to eat, get this, or drink. Nothing. I understand. I am a layman, and I do not have a diploma upon my wall. I understand. So I have nothing to eat or drink, and they keep coming up to, "Have you had a bowel movement? Have you had a bowel movement?" Dude, I haven't eaten in like 4 days. And finally, one day, the doctor comes in, and he's like, hovers. Oh, and he comes up, and he goes, "Well, today you will be allowed to have ice chips." And I'm like, "Oh, ice chips. Yay! Ice chips?" He's handing them out like the Pope hands out absolution, "Oh, very well, here's an ice chip." And so I don't like ice chips. I don't usually use ice, let alone a chip of ice. But, whatever. I go through my shenanigans. I'm on the clear. They move me up to clear liquids. Then they move me up to solid liquids, which they brought me this stuff. When they move you up to solid liquids, they bring me this stuff that's chicken something. It's like for a breakfast thing. It's like a chicken oatmeal or something. And it's very bland, very tasteless. And I put some sweetener in it. Turned out to be the best thing ever. I was like, holy crap, how do I get more of this? Can I say crap? It's my channel. Yes, I can. So I'm there. And I'm like, in the one day, the doctor comes in. I'm like, dude, seriously, this is my third attack. You've even said it was a fairly mild attack of diverticulitis. And the other two attacks, they literally sent me home from the emergency room. Go get yourself some antibiotics and take care of it, fool. And they gave me some sheets of paper. Everything cleared up. No harm done. And again, I don't have anything against them. But seriously, after 5 days, I was going to kill somebody. I was going to up and kill somebody if I didn't get out of the hospital. And the doctor said, look, we just want to be sure. We don't want you to come back in, so I'll keep you for one more day. And if everything clears up, we'll let you go. And I'm like, oh, it's like I'm in prison. I didn't meet the terms of my parole. But finally, the doctor clears me to leave. And this is after... we'll go backwards. I spent 2 nights of not sleeping. Just not sleeping. I mean, I wasn't in pain. I wasn't sweating. I was having nightmares about, broccoli attacking me with, small accountants or something. It was just, I wasn't sleeping, man. I would get up and walk around the hospital. Strange place, a large hospital at night. And people always look at you and they look at you walking around as, you shouldn't be here. But me and my friend, the IV cart, would walk around. And incidentally, after 4 days of saline being pumped into you, you begin to sweat saline. This might be all... I may be, in fact, insane. But you start sweating saline, in my opinion. My mouth tasted like saline. I wasn't able to drink anything to get it out. I wasn't able to eat anything. And it was driving me crazy. I was like, yeah. But finally, they cut me loose. They said, hey, you're allowed to go home, Mr. Kendall. Absolution. And I'm just thankful to be home. I don't hold anything against them. It'd be interesting to find out what work says when I get back to work. Do have all the paperwork I need. Don't worry about that. But it was an adventure. My longest stay in the hospital for something that wasn't any worse than things I normally get out of the hospital like overnight. It was my third attack. So I do understand that, when the doctor said, listen, it's your third attack and we want to keep you. And I had brought it up to my primary care physician, who I believe still thinks my name is Schultz, and addresses me in Swahili. But I do think we're getting to know each other, my primary physician, after 20 years. So I'll bring it up to him again to see another doctor. And this is my first video blog. So, blah, 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 things people say at the end of their video blogs. I would like to say, click the link. But I don't know how to do that stuff. So anyway, that's what's been up with me.